let me give you this to kind of refresh your memory.
Sergeant Major Plumley and I come from the paratroopers, where the officer is always the first one out of the plane. Because to follow your instincts and to inspire your men by your example. Yeah.
You know what? I didn't want to play that just yet. I want to getting myself all out of order. But hold on to that thought. What I do have here is the article. Obviously, that's from the movie clip from We Were Soldiers, starring Mel Gibson as at the time Lieutenant Colonel Hal Moore and Sam Elliott as Command Sergeant Major Plumley, who was at the time just a regular sergeant major. But this piece comes to me from Fox News, and it's written by Carrie Patton, and I wanted to read this to you. And it is a little bit lengthy, and we are going to hit that sound clip there at the end, because I do have that as a tribute to the Command Sergeant Major. But I did want to read this first. All right, so hold tight with me here, folks. Excuse me. Part of the job of a military trainer entails an unprecedented amount of research. Research never consists of just a specific subject, but it also involves historical events and the study of key leaders. I do not know of any military trainer who hasn't come across the name of Command Sergeant Major Basil L. Plumley, one of our nation's most treasured enlisted military men. Beyond achieving the second highest enlisted rank any service member can achieve, which is more than impressive, there is something much greater about Command Sergeant Major Plumley's call of duty. It comes from the stories that followed him long after his retirement. Stories of Command Sergeant Major Plumley were easy to find, especially after 2002 when his strength of character was revealed in the movie We Were Soldiers. Actor Sam Elliott played the role of the infamous non-commissioned officer Command Sergeant Major Plumley. As a military man, records reveal incredible heroism displayed by the enlisted legend, far beyond what the movie revealed. Few realized that he was a three-time recipient of the U.S. Army's Combat Infantry Badge, something only a couple hundred Americans were ever awarded. He earned such awards through his willingness to serve America in 3 wars, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. He also earned a chest plate of awards and decorations which could be seen as he wore his Class A uniform. The Silver Star, Bronze Star, Purple Heart, 27 awards and decorations in all, none of which comes from a career simply sitting back in garrison. You have to venture off to war to be awarded the types of accommodations that Command Sergeant Major Plumley earned. Joe Galloway, the notorious wartime correspondent, also a key leading figure in We Were Soldiers, has written numerous accounts reflecting Sergeant Major Plumley's character. The excerpt that follows is just one of many showing how brave and demanding Sergeant Major Plumley truly was. Quote, the Sergeant Major bent at the waist and shouted over the incredible din of battle, "You can't take no pictures laying down there on the ground, sonny." I thought to myself, he's right. I also thought fleetingly that we might all die here in this place, and if I'm going to die, I would just as soon take mine standing up beside a man like this. Like a fool, I got up. I followed the Sergeant Major over to the makeshift aid station where Doc Carrera and Sergeant Tommy Keaton were tending to the wounded. Plumley hollered at them, "Gentlemen, prepare to defend yourselves," as he pulled out his .45 pistol and jacked a round into the chamber. Close quote. The Command Sergeant Major was ferocious. During the incident described by Galloway, and while the majority of the men were armed with M16 assault rifles, Plumley pulled out an old .45 pistol. Some would call this insanity, but for old Iron Jaws, it was a motivational display of pure confidence. We shouldn't think for a second, though, that Vietnam was necessarily where the senior enlisted man was truly seasoned. He fought in the Battle of D-Day, and that is where many believed he witnessed his first call to action. But they would be wrong. Historical accounts show that Basil Plumley participated in military operations dating back to 1943 during the Sicily campaign. Surely a frightening experience for any 18 or 19-year-old. Few know whether CSM Plumley ever truly feared the enemy, but what we do know is the fact that he welcomed the fight. According to GuardianofValor.com, he operated in more than 20 different military operations. Of note, this was all fulfilled through his willingness to volunteer. He was never drafted. Sergeant Major Plumley was America's soldier, the kind who watched the world around him turn into chaos. He was the kind who heard the call for battle and laced his boots tightly to trek into danger. When he agreed, or whether he agreed or not with policy, mattered little. His men were going to be sent off into harm's way, and he simply could never leave them behind by staying in the rear. It's difficult to teach anyone such ideology of love, passion, and courage. It's something you cannot teach in the classroom. It's all about doing, and by doing, others observe. It's the student's observation to lead from the front that serves as the greatest of lessons, and leading in the front is exactly what Sergeant Major Plumley did time and again. No, I never had the honor or the privilege to observe Sergeant Major Plumley in action. In fact, I never personally knew the man. But reading so much about him, I feel I have known him for a very long time. His heroism, patriotism, and love for what he did has become a part of me. I believe it has become a part of many. In fact, I know it is a part of many. I've been honored to observe the heroic actions of many of today's warriors. America is filled with warriors willing to take up arms and rally to the battle cry. They come in multiple forms and from multiple walks of life. Some serve in our military, others are intelligence community, many in the civilian government, and equally, many are private contractors. For every American warrior still voluntarily willing to sacrifice everything for this great nation, there is a piece of Command Sergeant Major Basil Plumley in us. We do our best to motivate the troops. We bend over backwards to pick up a fallen brother, and we cherish the fruits of this great nation. I believe that history tells us that is exactly what Command Sergeant Major Plumley wanted us to become, fearless leaders. And with that, Mr. Webb, I give you my tribute to Command Sergeant Major Plumley. Airborne Sergeant Major, all the way and then some.
All right.
Sergeant Major Plumley and I come from the paratroopers, where the officer is always the first one out of the plane. Because to follow your instincts and to inspire your men by your example, you have to be with them where the metal meets the meat. Sergeant Major Plumley made all 4 combat jumps in the 82nd Airborne during World War II. Sicily, Salerno, Normandy, and Holland. Plus 1 more in Korea.
When Crazy Horse was a baby, he nursed from the breast of every woman in the tribe. The Sioux raised their children that way. Every warrior called every woman in the tribe mother. Every older warrior, they called him grandfather. And the point here is that they fought as a family. Take care of your men. Teach them to take care of each other. Because when this starts, each other is all we're gonna have.
Any of you some bitches calls me Grandpa, I'll kill you.
Good morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Or are you a fucking weatherman now? Gentlemen! Prepare to defend yourselves!
All right. Well, with that, I don't know what else to say about that. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the break here. A little 6-string junkie. We'll be right back here on the other side on the Conservative Blues Show.
Well, I got no chance to win, but absolutely nothing to lose. Yeah. Think I need a fix right now.